So coming to the center of your mat, you can sit in whatever seated position is comfortable for you, either cross-legged with your knees out wide, or you can sit on a couch or on your back or kneeling as well, whatever works for your body. And if you are listening along to the playlist, I'm going to start mine now if you want to listen in parallel. And so as you start to ground down into your seat, grow taller through your spine, start to close your eyes down. And as you arrive to your practice today, start to connect to your breath. Focusing your attention on your inhales and your exhales. Observing how you feel mentally, physically, and as best as you can, start to let go of the day. We'll spend the next 30 minutes today really working on opening our hips and connecting to our breath through a lot of mindful movements. So just be patient with yourself, moving with intention. We'll take 3 cleansing breaths together here. So exhale out all your stale air. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Let it go out the mouth. Make a ha sound. Deep inhale. Long exhale. One more time. Deep inhale. Let it go. Slowly start to flutter your eyes open, making your way onto your knees, moving into child's pose. So depending on how your hips feel today, bring your big toes together. You can keep your knees closer together if you're feeling tight, or you can start to separate your knees, maybe mat width distance as you reach your fingertips forward, sitting back onto your heels. Maybe the forehead meets the floor. Maybe one day it will. And as you stretch your arms forward, reconnect with your breath. See if you can slow it down. If your forehead is on the floor, you can rock it side to side, giving the top of your head a little massage. And staying right here, or start to walk your hands over to the left, maybe off of your yoga mat. Maybe the right hand stacks on top of the left, just feeling heavy in the upper body, continuing to stretch back into the hips. And slowly start to walk your hands back through center and then over to the right hand side. Once again, as far as your flexibility allows, stacking the hands if that feels nice. And just breathe into the stretch. On your next inhale, walk your hands back through center, extend them out just a little bit farther, sink a little bit deeper into your heels. Inhale, gaze goes forward, shift your weight into your hands and onto your knees, moving into tabletop, walking your palms underneath your shoulders, hips over your knees, for cat-cow. So on our inhale, let's lower the belly, lift the heart, arch the spine. And on your exhale, round your back, bringing your chin towards your chest. Inhale, lower the belly. Exhale, round the spine, press the palms down. Inhale, lower the navel towards the ground, lift the gaze. Exhale, round it out. One more time, inhale, lower the belly, big arch. And exhale, let it go. Coming into a neutral spine tabletop, and just shake your hips from side to side here. Letting any pops happen, loosening up your joints. And after a couple rounds, back to tabletop, separate your fingers wide, tuck your toes under, and start to straighten out your legs for downward facing dog. Reaching your chest back towards your thighs, bending your knees as much as you need to create a straight, strong spine. And you're welcome to pedal out your feet, bending one knee and then bending the other. Thinking about lifting your hips high, equal weight between your hands and your feet. And if you're pedaling out your dog, find some stillness and just breathe. And then nice and slow and control, we're gonna walk our hands to the back of our mat. So keeping our feet hip width distance, bending into the knees, resting the chest on the thighs for ragdoll pose. So you can grab opposite elbows, let the head dangle, taking a gentle sway from side to side, relaxing the face, relaxing the eyes. Upper body is heavy. Maybe shake your head yes, and shake your head no. Just letting go to any tension you might be holding in your shoulders. And release the bind, find stillness, bend the knees, and slowly start to come up to standing one vertebrae at a time. So rounding up, nice and slow. Head is the last to lift, and as it does, roll the shoulders away from the ears, palms face forward. Engage your quads here, really ground into the heels, making this active, strong, straight spine, lifting the chest, soft gaze forward. Take an inhale, reach the arms overhead, palms touch, and on your exhale, swan dive forward. So bend the knees gently, reaching down for the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, press into the shins or the thighs, look down. And exhale, forward fold, reach for the floor, head's heavy. Inhale, stand tall, sweep your arms overhead, palms touch. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, big dive forward, hinging from the hips. On your inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, let it go into forward fold. Inhale, stand tall, last one. Arms overhead, meeting at heart center. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Let it go. Inhale, halfway hold, halfway lift and hold here. So pressing into the legs, maybe play with your balance by shifting the weight forward, gazing down, lengthening out through the crown of the head as much as you can. And then exhale, forward fold. Carefully walk your hands out to downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and breathe. Step your left foot to the center of your space. Inhale your right leg up for three-legged dog. So heel towards the ceiling. Bend the knee and stack the hips open, drawing little circles with your knee, opening up your hip, trying to bring that right heel towards your right glute. Change directions with your circle. Come back to center. Inhale, three-legged dog. Really lift that leg high. And then exhale, bend your knee towards your chest. Step your right foot in between your hands at the top of your mat for low lunge. So we're high on our back left toes. Leg is straight and strong. Our right knee is directly over our right ankle. Hands frame the foot, gazing down or gazing forward. Feeling the stretch in that left hip. Breathing here. On our next exhale, carefully lower that left knee to the mat. Untuck the back toes. You can stay right here with your arms helping support your weight, or you can start to walk your hands up to your thigh, thinking about pressing your hips forward, lifting your chest, maybe lifting your gaze. If you're feeling really open, you can stretch your arms overhead. Maybe looking up towards the ceiling, just going where it feels comfortable for you today. Take an inhale wherever you are. Lift your chest slightly. And then exhale, lower your hands to frame your right foot. Tuck your left toes under, straighten your back leg. Press back to downward facing dog. Doing that on the other side. So right foot comes to the center of your mat. Left leg lifts up. Then bend your knee. Bring your left heel towards your left glute and start to draw little or big circles with your knee. Trying to keep your shoulders square to the mat. Breathing here. Inhale, straightens the leg, lifts the heel up. Exhale, bend the knee towards the chest, shift the weight forward, and step your left foot in between your hands for low lunge. Once again, high on those back right toes, straightening your back leg. Letting your hips sink down towards the floor. Making sure your left knee is directly over your left ankle. If it's not, readjust, always protecting the joints. Next exhale, slowly bring that right knee down to your mat, untuck your toes, and with control when you're ready, lifting up into crescent moon lunge, wherever that is for you tonight. Shoulders soft, gaze soft. Maybe play with your balance by lifting your arms. Wherever you are, take one more inhale, lift up. And exhale, lower the hands to frame the foot. Tuck your right toes under, straighten your back leg. This time we're gonna step to the front of our mat. So use your momentum to bring your right foot to meet the left. Take an inhale, halfway lift, flat back, gaze down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep your arms overhead, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Releasing your hands to your side, take a quarter turn on your mat. Moving into warrior two. So we're gonna inhale our arms overhead and then take a giant step back with your back foot. Point your right toes forward, left toes on a 45-degree angle. Start to bend into your front leg. Once again, being mindful of your alignment. So your right knee is directly over your right ankle. Arms are in a T, or you can always place them on your hips. Both hip bones pointing out to the side. So we're strengthening as we stretch here. Maybe the gaze goes over the right fingertips. Sinking low. On your next inhale, flip your palms up, straighten your front leg, hands touch overhead, and then lower your left hand to graze the outside of your left thigh, gently keeping your straight arm, your top right arm, reaching for the back of the room for a reverse triangle. So both legs are straight, feeling the stretch in the right side body. Reconnecting with your breath. Next, inhale, both arms touch overhead. Exhale, bend into that right leg, coming down into warrior two again. This time, we're gonna shift our weight forward. Our weight comes into our right elbow. That's gonna rest on our right thigh. Left arm reaches up overhead for side angle. If you're feeling really open, you can reach your right arm down to the inside of your right leg or extend your left arm forward. Just listening to your body and what you need tonight. Carefully come back to warrior two. Straighten both legs, both toes point to the side, and then we'll take it to the back. So left toes point to the back of your mat, right foot is at a 45-degree angle. Sinking down into that warrior two lunge, hands on the hips or out to a T. Left knee directly over that left ankle. Right leg is straight and strong. Holding here, just breathe. Starting to build some heat. Next, inhale, flip your palms up, straighten both legs, palms touch overhead. Then right hand comes down the right thigh, left arm straightens up, and then take a gentle reach to the back of the room. Inhale, both hands touch overhead. Exhale, warrior two, sink low into the lunge. Shift your weight forward. Left elbow rests on the left thigh. Right arm reaches up for side angle. Continuing to keep those hips open, pointing to the side of the room. Gaze can be up towards your right hand or down towards your left foot. Using your core strength, come back to warrior two. Come back to center, palms touch overhead. Step your left foot to meet your right, and exhale your hands to your side. Really nice. Come to the top of your mat, take a big inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive forward, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Place your hands down, step back to downward facing dog. So hips reach up, palms flat, heels reaching to the back of the mat. Slowing it down here, so let's inhale our right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend the knee towards the chest, and this time step to the outside of your right hand. So we're moving into a runner's lunge or lizard stretch. So for this, you can lower the left knee to the mat, or you can keep it straight if you're looking for some more active position. You can stay on your fingertips or start to lower onto your forearms. This is a great place if you need a block or a book to give you extra support. Just feeling that deep hip opening here. Every exhale, think about releasing. You can stay right here, or for a slightly different stretch, you can come onto the blade side of your right foot. So gently opening your right knee out to the right side, gazing over the right shoulder, feeling it a little bit more into the inner thigh. And slowly and carefully coming back to center, heel toe your foot underneath your chest, tuck your left toes under, straighten your back leg, and press back to downward facing dog. Next inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, bend the knee towards the chest, stepping the foot to the outside of your left hand, so nice wide stance. Lowering to your right knee or keeping the leg straight. Start to sink into that lizard stretch. Wherever your flexibility allows today. Trying to relax your jaw, relax your face. And you can stay right here, or if you want to take it to that inner thigh stretch, start to shift the weight on your left foot to the outer edge, the blade side, and you can take your left hand to your inner left thigh, gently opening the leg out to the side, maybe looking over your left shoulder. And then carefully come back to center, heel toe, your left foot underneath your chest, tuck your right toes under, straighten your back leg, press back to downward facing dog one last time. Lift the hips high. And then carefully come onto your knees, making your way to your seat. Bringing the soles of your feet together for a butterfly stretch. So grabbing onto your ankles, letting your knees open wide. On your inhale, sit up tall, lift your chest, and on your exhale, start to hinge from the hips. Starting to fold forward, maybe rounding your back, using your elbows to open your thighs, pressing your knees away from you. Inhale, lengthen up. And exhale, fold forward. Last one, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. And then with control, lift your upper body, scooch your seat to the middle of your space, keeping your legs where they are in that butterfly shape. Inhale the arms forward and slowly lower your back onto the mat. Keeping the legs where they are. Hands can come by your sides, palm facing up, or you can place a hand on your heart, a hand on your belly. Maybe close your eyes for a couple of breaths. Check in on how you're feeling. Check in on your breath. And if your eyes are closed, flutter them open. Bring your hands to the outer edges of your thighs. Bring your knees together. Hug both knees towards your chest. Give them a squeeze. And then keeping your right leg pulled in, extend your left leg long, rest your left heel on the mat. Flex both toes back towards your face and use your arms to pull that right leg closer towards the outsides of your right rib. Keeping your left leg where it is. Start to bring the sole of your right foot up towards the ceiling for half happy baby. So reaching for the outside of your right foot or the outside of your right thigh. And actively pull your leg closer towards your chest, feeling the hip open. Maybe put your left hand on your left hip, making sure you're not opening up too far so as you're losing contact with the mat. And on your next exhale, bend your left knee, placing the left foot on the mat, and take your right ankle on top of your left leg for supine pigeon. So our legs are in a figure four shape, staying right here, or you can lift that leg up, interlacing the hands behind the thigh, starting to pull the legs closer towards your upper body. Pressing the low back flat. Nice and slow, bring that left leg back down to the mat, uncross the legs. Give both knees a squeeze up towards the chest, switching sides. So this time extending your right leg long, resting it on the floor. Left knee is bent, flexing both feet as you pull that leg towards your upper body. Gentle gaze on the ceiling, listening to your breath. Keeping your right leg where it is. Start to bring the sole of that left foot up towards the ceiling, reaching for the outer edge of your left foot for a half happy baby, or the outside of that left thigh. Once again, maybe putting that right hand on your right hip, keeping you centered and grounded. And slowly start to bend your right knee, placing the foot flat on the mat, crossing your left ankle over your right for a pigeon stretch. Staying right here, or to intensify, you can lift your right leg off the mat, interlacing your fingers behind your right leg. Start to pull towards your chest. And slowly bring that right leg down to the mat, uncross your legs. Give both knees a squeeze, and then drop your legs over to the right, making a T with your arms, gazing up or off to the left. Carefully bringing both legs back through center, and then lower them off to the left, twisting in the other direction. Maybe gazing towards your right fingertips or straight ahead. With control, coming back through center, hugging both knees, towards your upper body one last time. And your inhale, lift your forehead towards your knees. Big breath in. And exhale, release it all into Shavasana, our final resting posture. So separate your feet wide, palms facing up, shoulders away from the ears. Closing your eyes. And allowing your body and your mind to be still just for a few moments. You're welcome to lie in Shavasana as long as you'd like, or if you'd like to be guided out, start by deepening your breath, carefully moving your head from side to side. Start to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, roll out your wrists and roll your ankles. Bring your feet to touch, reach your arms overhead, point your toes, grow tall. Exhale, knees towards the chest, rolling onto your right or your left side, making a pillow with your arm. And then when you're ready, pressing your way up to a seat, just as we began. Sitting tall, lengthening through the crown of the head, spine is straight. Close your eyes one last time. Once again, observing the breath, observing how you feel. Bringing your thumbs close to your chest, palms together, bowing your forehead forward. As always, ending our practice with gratitude, thanking your body for allowing you to practice this evening. Thank yourself for showing up. We'll end with one cleansing breath together. So exhale out any stale air. Deep inhale through the nose. Let it go. Bring your thumbs to your third eye center and bow forward. Namaste.